The first book was an attempt really to grapple with his work, much more than the second book was. Even though the second book uses Foucault as a frame, I think as I used to say to people, graduate students, picking the topic for their dissertation, do what I did. Pick someone who's not very well known, about whom there's not much secondary literature, and who dies and stops producing primary literature right when you pick your dissertation topic. Because the shelf of books in English on Foucault and by Foucault that were available when I wrote my dissertation was about 2 feet long. I loved the work. I really did, and it resonated with me in ways that some of the other things that I cared about didn't as much. I think the ways in which he worked on sexuality were really important to me in dealing with my own. But as I have gotten older, and as the time has passed and the world has changed since he did his thinking, I see the need to do other kinds of thinking and to take into account other ideas. If I were to write racism and sexual oppression again, I wouldn't rely quite so much on the notion of normalization, because I don't think that disciplinary normalization is as important in our society as it was in the 70s and 80s, 90s. I think it's become much less so. And I don't think Foucault had very much to say about environmental issues, so I'm moving away from his work in that way. It's the techniques that I really hold on to, the genealogical orientation, the looking for the breaks, looking for the points at which systems shift, which terminology emerges. I think I will always use those techniques, most likely, because they work for me, and other things I'm more skeptical of.